the fact that you would tell me that I can never see my mom again when you just came into my life as of now. You don't understand how I cried every single night wanting to be with my mom. People, you don't understand how bad it was and how bad it got. Hi you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back once again for another video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that right now. Ding, 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 ding. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a brand new video. Okay, so today's video is going to be a personal video. I'm going to talk about the experience and the relationship that I have with my father. So yeah, this should be very interesting. I hope I don't cry talking about this because it's a very sensitive subject to me. But I feel as if this will help someone that's going through the same thing, because I know that this struggle is a common situation that people in my community face, or even if you're not in the community, you can be, you know, judged or ridiculed a bit about your lifestyle or something like that. So I just wanted to put out this video so I can be, helpful and, you know, be relatable, because that is my goal as a YouTuber, to be as relatable as possible. Say 2008, I moved with my dad, and I lived with my dad until my freshman year of high school. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you my experience about that and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so as you guys know that, you know, before I came out and transitioned and all of that, I was a homosexual male, basically since birth. So as I was younger, I had these feminine habits that were naturally, I didn't develop them from anyone. I didn't develop them from a family member. I didn't develop them from anyone that was close to me. It was just something that was very natural and basically me. So my dad, he is a very homophobic type of person, homophobic, transphobic, he's all of it. If he sees a gay person or something like that, he gets so disgusted, and it's just ew, da-da-da-da-da. It bothers him horribly. He cringes. And me, I was feminine since basically I was a child, so all my habits were pretty much natural to me, and I didn't realize that I would actually do. I didn't come out as gay till maybe 5th or 6th grade. Leading up to that, he was married or had a girlfriend or whatever, and she used to wear wigs, and I used to put on her wigs and dance around in her wigs, and I used to get in the shower in her wig. I used to get in the shower in her wigs, and cause what movie was out? Oh, was it High School Musical? The first High School Musical, and Vanessa Hudgens, she had the short hair, and it was wavy, and so my stepmom had some weave similar to that, so I just put it in the water. And at the time, I used to put the tracks in my hand and swing it around like that, or put on the wig, get in the shower and sing the songs that she was singing and act like I was Vanessa Hudgens. How do I remember that? Okay, that is so embarrassing, but yeah. And my dad, he was so upset about it. He was so mad. So basically, when we woke up for school, he was like, "You're gonna wear this wig to school." And I was like, OMG. He was flipping out. He was like, "You're gonna wear this wig to school. You wanna wear it over here, you're gonna wear it to school. You're gonna go out in public like this." And hair, like, as a child, hair was something that I was so serious about. Like, even when I was probably around maybe fourth grade, I mean, not first to like younger, I used to put like towels on my head and like swing them and do rags and different stuff like that. So hair was a really big thing for me. And so to actually have a wig on made me feel like a complete woman. And so my dad was not having that at all whatsoever. He was pissed. Like, when I tell you he was pissed, he was so freaking pissed about it. Was mad that the fact that his son had a wig on. It was flaunting around in it and getting it wet in the water. Daddy was trying to like come at me, like to get me to fight back. I think he was joking and playing around and stuff. And me, like, at the time, I'm a very sensitive subject, and I looked at him, you know, as a parent and as family, and I don't fight family. So like, he was trying to get me to fight back and like be tough and like all of that, and that just wasn't me. I'm not a really like, you know, tough person. I'm not a really strong person. I might look strong, but I'm very much weak. But yeah, he tried to get me to fight back, and I just wouldn't. And so he was like kind of like punching me in my arm to get me to fight back, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, I'm just sitting there taking it, and I'm like crying, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do, because I don't want to fight back, because that's not me. Like, I don't like violence, I don't like fighting. So that was just like, no. I used to hang around a lot of girls. I felt like I could relate more to girls because I felt like a girl, and I would never have any type of guy friends because I didn't feel like I could relate to them. Like, girls, I feel like I could tell them anything. I could play in their hair and, you know, like stuff like that. Dudes, they were kind of too much for me. A little too tough for me, I guess. Because I was just a flamboyant butch queen. I was a butch queen. I was a whole butch queen. That is super. Girls would be the only people that I would talk to. And so, since I lived with my dad and he had a wife, I was closer to his wife than I was with him because I felt like I could relate more to him, and she was more like me. That's what I felt like. Like, she was more like me and I was more like her. I was bullied a lot since I was, you know, really feminine. A lot of people would ask, like, are you gay? And why do you act like a girl? And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm just like, no, I'm not gay. I like girls. And, like, I was not attracted to girls at all. Like, growing up, I was not attracted to girls at all. I had my first crush in maybe like kindergarten on 50 Cent. I thought he was the hottest thing ever in the world, in the universe. And yeah, I used to have dreams about him, and like, that was gonna be my husband, like, literally. So yeah, like, 50 Cent was my baby. 50 Cent, if you out there, hit me up. No, just kidding, don't hit me up. As it came around maybe 5th, 6th grade, this is kind of when I came out as gay and I became openly gay. We were kind of more involved in the church. And so when I told my dad that I was gay, he brought me into the room and we prayed and prayed and we prayed all day. He was so upset. And he was like heartbroken because, I mean, he knew from an early age that I was like different. And I felt like he kind of showed it, like when I would be around, because he had my other sister, which is, he was in her life more than he was in mine. He was kind of there when she was born and he kind of lived. So she kind of had that advantage over me. And since I was the different one, I became more of an outcast. So basically he would kind of favor her a little bit more than me, since I was like that gay son. And that kinda, it brought a lot of insecurities in me. I'm not gonna lie. I was very devastated because I felt like he didn't love me. And so as a child, it was kind of like a competition on who can get daddy's love type of thing, you know? And, you know, she would kind of throw it in my face like, oh yeah, that's my daddy. And, you know, or talk about like what he did for her early on. Like, oh yeah, he was there when I was um, like walking and like talking and all of that, because he was basically there for her, and like he wasn't there for me. I was mostly with my mom and my grandmother. And so I kind of felt a type of way because I was like what about me, you know? Like I mean, you're my father, don't I get some type of, you know, love and like affection? I mean, not even in like, you know, a relation type of way, but as like a parent to their child type of bond. Like I really really wanted to be close to my dad, and it sucks to say that I wasn't at all. Like we didn't really have a really good relationship because of me being who I am, and that was kind of the conflict that we kind of kept having even till now. And I will get into that later on in the video. So basically, after I came out as gay, they kind of tried to like throw the Bible in my face a little bit more, and I became more restricted to do certain things. For example, I was very big in fashion. Like I wanted to be a fashion designer, and like I wanted to, you know, I incorporated that into my style. And so as I dressed how I felt. And so I incorporated my feelings with the way I dress, which means that it was kind of like I wanted to dress like a girl, but I had to use my boy clothes to kind of get that certain look that I wanted to achieve. And I mean, a lot of people did notice, but I mean, I feel like everyone knew though. And so, yeah. And as far as church goes, it was kind of difficult for me because I was like, since I felt different and since I felt like an outcast, I used to, you know, pray all the time and be like, you know, I used to pray, I used to read the Bible and all of that. Like I was very religious, and I did have a very strong faith for God. And, you know, I was kind of confused on like why I wasn't like everyone else. And I mean, I kind of got a little like sad and like a little depressed because I felt like I had to act like someone I wasn't. And I did for a while. I acted like someone I wasn't, and I tried to put on the front and like, you know, tell my dad, oh yeah, I do have a girlfriend, and you know, I like girls. And or if I see a girl on TV, I'll be like, yeah, she's hot, like totally hot. And it was just, it was really uncomfortable for me because that wasn't me. And I was just trying to get my dad to, you know, see me as his child and to love me, and, you know, get him to like do stuff with me so we could have a relationship. And, you know, I just wanted something because I mean, I was living with him, and, you know, don't get me wrong, like he was providing for our family. Excuse this bump. I accidentally slept in my makeup, and so yeah, I broke out. But my hair is cute. And so yeah, like I did everything that I could think of to try to please my dad, and I mean, nothing ever worked because at the end of the day, he still saw me as someone that was possessed or someone who had a mental illness or a disease. Because back in the day, people thought gay people were like some kind of like villain. And I don't know, it was very kind of sad to me because it's like a lot of people think you're like a rapist or something, and I'm like, no, just because I like boys doesn't mean I'm a rapist. I mean, I'm a child. Why would I go through that? I mean, I've already pretty much been through that. Why would I put someone else through that? And so it was just a constant battle for me to kind of like get my dad's attention, because I always felt like he didn't see me, and I felt like since we couldn't have anything to relate, he since we didn't relate to anything, he just kind of just pushed me to the side. And I mean, I became very kind of upset with the situation, because it kind of got a little bad as I got older, because I started to become more of myself, and I was looking for myself, and I was looking for answers on why I was the way I was, because I just really didn't understand, and I just wanted love from my dad, and I just wanted, to be like everyone else. Because, like, when you're at school and when I used to go to my friend's house, I would see how their fathers would interact with them and, do stuff and, like, maybe play catch or something like that. And me and my dad, we did play catch and stuff, because I really wanted that relationship with him. And I mean, yeah, those were kind of good times, but at the end of the day, it still wasn't there. Like, we didn't have that, like, I can go talk to you about anything type of relationship, or we didn't have that really, really close bond. It was kind of like, you're here and I'm over here, but your daughter is right here next to you and I'm over here. And it was a constant battle, and for a while I didn't get along with my younger sister because of that, and I was jealous. I'm not even gonna lie. I was jealous of their relationship, and I was jealous how he would favor her over me. And it was just like, what about me? And so as I got older, it kind of got worse. Basically everything that I was doing kind of was a bother to him. So, like, if I was to write a certain way, because I used to write like with my little circles over my eyes, or like certain things that I wanted to do that was something that I was interested in, it was always a problem, because it was always seemed as feminine. Like, as far as like band and stuff, I used to want to play the flute, and he would tell me, like, no, you can't play the flute, that's for girls, and you can't do that. Boys don't play the flute, play the trumpet. Or, no, you can't do, what did I want to do? Was it tennis or something? It was something of that sort. And it was like, no, you're going to play football. And he forced me to play football to make me, I guess, more masculine. But, I mean, it didn't. It kind of traumatized me in a way, because that was something that I didn't know about. That was something that I was uninterested in. And I didn't enjoy it. And I was miserable during high school because I was forced to play it. And, I just kind of went along with it because I thought it would kind of make our bond better. But, I mean, ultimately it kind of made me despise him, because it's like, why don't you accept me for me? Like, what is the problem? What is so wrong with me that you just hate me? And that's what I felt like. I felt like he hated me, and I felt like I don't know. So as the years went on, he had a baby, which is his son. And honestly, I'm just going to keep it 100. I felt like my dad, and this not to be like selfish or anything like that. I mean, this is just what I think. I felt like he had another child to kind of like replace me, and like to get the son that he always wanted. And that's what he's going to get with Aiden, because he's actually growing up with him, and he's actually there to participate in his life, and he's there from birth. But I feel like if I was still with my dad from birth, that wouldn't change anything. I mean, I was made like this for a reason, and for so long, I just felt like I was a mistake, and I felt like, what is my purpose on this earth if I'm just going to get bullied every day, or if I'm just going to get talked about, if I'm not going to get love from my parents, or if I'm just going to go through all of this just because of who I am? And I didn't even know what I was. Yeah, I came out as gay, but it was just something that I felt, and it was just something that I just knew that I was attracted to. And I mean, I didn't have no type of control over it. And it was since I was younger that I knew that I liked guys. And so it was just a constant struggle in my mind and emotionally, and it was draining me, and it was causing me to become miserable and more insecure about myself, because I didn't feel, I don't know, I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel secure, and I didn't have that type of love that I could just, like, yeah, this is my problem, this is my situation, because I knew that I was going to be judged about it. And I was already judged in my own household. And so, like, since I came out as gay, like, he would look at me, and if I was looking at dudes, or if I was looking at a certain show, like, what show was it? Project Runway. He told me that I couldn't watch the show. He told me that I couldn't listen to the little CDs that my mom got me, because I was really into Sierra, and I was really into, like, female artists. And it was like, no, you can't do this, and no, you can't do that, you can't stand like that, you can't talk like that, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I'm like, what? I'm not doing anything purposely. This is how I am. I can't control it. And it's just like, everything that I did was to please him, and everything, it was like all of my energy was going to being accepted by my dad, and all of my energy was going into being that person that he always wanted me to be. But in the process of me being the person that he wanted to be, I was hurting myself. And so, I mean, growing up, I didn't have, like, someone that I could run to if I was having a problem. I didn't have anyone that I could just talk to, because I was pretty much there alone, and I was going through all of this stuff on my own. And if I was having a problem, or if I was getting bullied in school, it was nothing that I could do about it, because I couldn't control who I was, and I couldn't. So pretty much growing up, I was the only child in the house. And so whenever I did had a problem, since I couldn't really talk to him because I was judged according to everything that I did, it was just so much pressure, and it was just so much, I just didn't understand, like, why. Like, I was so angry at myself, and I hated myself for so long because I was like this, and it just got to a point where I was just like done. I just can't do it anymore. And that was at the time when I was willing to commit suicide, when I was willing to take my own life, and when I was so depressed that I was cutting, and like, it got so bad, and I just didn't want to be there anymore. I didn't want to be there anymore. I didn't want to grow up. And I mean, because in the beginning, I didn't really like being there anyways, from the get-go. And I would just ask, like, can I just go back with my mom? Can I just go back and live with my mom? And it was just like, no, you can't see her. You will never see her again. You will never see your mom again. And I mean, at the time, that really broke my heart, because I pretty much, grew up with my family. They pretty much know me to the backbone, and they were there for me during my early stages of life, and those were the people I could connect with. And the fact that you would tell me that I can never see my mom again when you just came into my life as of now, you don't understand how I cried every single night wanting to be with my mom. You don't understand how bad it was and how bad it got. And it was worse than this, but I don't want to put all of that information out there. That, I don't come from a good background, and so you can be able to connect, and so I can connect with you guys. This is hurting me so bad. So, I'm just gonna kind of fast forward through some of the stuff. I don't feel like talking about most of the stuff because it still kind of hurts me in a way, and I feel like I'm still not over the situation because everything still haunts me to this day. I'm still having nightmares about what I used to go through, and it keeps me up all night, and it's just bad. Like, I just can't. But I'm just gonna fast forward. I end up going back with my mom my freshman year of high school, and since then I've been kind of with her. And yeah, I just couldn't. It was very rough on me. And I mean, there's way more to the story, but I just don't. Thank you to the people that actually support me. Thank you to everyone that watched my videos. I will probably be making a part 2 about this, but yeah. This was a very hard video to make. This was a very, very hard video to make. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If I could relate to you, comment down below. If you've been through something similar, if you've been through something similar, comment down below. Let me know your situation. Maybe we can talk back and forth. I will list all my social media down below so you can private message me or like email me. Just anything that you have, just message me and I will get back to you. I just want to thank you guys. I just want to let you guys know, like, through everything that you're going through, stay strong and like just don't give up on life. And if you are thinking about suicide, just know that you have much more to live for, and there's gonna be happiness at the end of the road, and what you're going through is temporary. And I'm telling you this so because I didn't have no one to tell me this. I didn't have no one to guide me and tell me like the walks of life and different things like that. So I'm trying to tell you, so don't give up. Your life is beautiful. Your transition is beautiful. Your sexuality is beautiful. There's nothing you can change about that. And don't change yourself for anybody. That will make you so depressed. It will get you so miserable because you're not living how you were born to be. And this is my purpose. I'm living in my full, honest truth. Every day I walk outside, I'm walking in my pure glory. And that is what makes me happy the most, regardless of what's going on in the world and how the world sees me. I know that I'm living my truth, and I know I'm being honest with myself, and that's what honestly brings me true happiness. And that's what I wanted to encourage to other people. If you're going through something or if you're scared, I will make another video about this, so I'm not even going to go too much on it. But thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will be back with more fucking content. So stay tuned, you guys. Bye, Dior babies. Wait.